Hello there guys, and welcome back to Reborn with Michael Watson, where I am trying to simplify spirituality. In this video today, again, we're talking about Neville Goddard, one of the most popular and prolific law of assumption coaches and manifestation spiritual light workers, let's call it. One of the things I want to talk about today, which I think he nails so beautifully, is how to actually manifest what you want. And it's the simplest way that I've ever seen. And it just takes a change, this small change, okay? Now, it's a small change, doesn't mean it's an easy change. But let's get into the video today. Before I go into the video, please do like, share, and subscribe. Comment down below if you find this content helpful. It really helps to get this message out there and help to change people's lives. That's my mission. I want to change people's lives. So here we are. Also, I have a free Facebook group, The Healing Circle. Totally free. I answer all your questions. I add extra content on there. Come and check that out too. And actually, one last thing, I'm doing an abundance challenge in January. So if you want to sign up to that, that will be the pinned comment there, guys. So guys, check it out. Look, Neville Goddard, absolute genius of a man. Sometimes when you're listening to his content, he speaks in a way that can sometimes be overwhelming to truly take in the beauty of it all, because it's like he almost speaks in an older English type of way, you know. So it's like you have to listen through it a couple of times to let the magic of it all sink in. But the key to change that he really absolutely nails is if you change your state or change your self-imagery, basically, you will change who you are. Now, the funny thing, I will connect two teachings here. Something that Dr. Joe Dispenza says is to change your reality, you have to change your he actually says to change your personal reality, you have to change your personality. You know what I mean? And it's the same thing. You must become the person that you want to be before the fact. So one of the things that I've found here, which has changed my life, is like when you step into an arena, you grow into it sometimes. So that's why it takes time to change. But you must become that leader. So one of the things that I've been trying to do is become that thought leader in my own way. Let it sink in, let the divine guidance of this new being that I'm becoming allow me to express. So when I come onto a video, I don't write loads down. I actually believe and know that I'm divinely guided to tell the people watching this video exactly what they need to hear today. So you start to trust in something deeper within yourself. You're not always worried about what others are thinking. You're not trying to be anything else. You're just being. You're being that person that you want to be. At the end of the day, I'll put it this way, right? So let's say, for example, you want to manifest, let's just say you have a business and you want it to really grow and succeed. Let's talk from this perspective, but you can add it into love, health, anything. The truth of the matter is, if you actually start to sit in that state of being of someone who is successful, now you need to dramatize the idea of how that person is. My teachings, I like to simplify this stuff. How would I feel if I had everything that I wanted, if I was successful and I had all that I ever needed? Well, the thing is, I would wake up with excitement. I would wake up and I would feel content with my life. I would feel content because not only am I like happy at home, I'm happy to go into work. So then that means then the person that I must become someone who is content, happy, excited, and flowing. So I aim for that feeling. That feeling of contentment is also a feeling of acceptance that is done. So now I'm content. So now I'm accepting that I'm that person. What happens is that because I've accepted I'm that person now, I start to project out the energy of the person that I want to be. So now I'm putting it out there like this. I am this person now. You see, what it is interesting, right? I was an actor for 15 years and I, made it to sort of leading roles in the West End, which is London's Broadway for all my American friends out there. And, it was one of those things, right, where you take the leap into doing something, following your heart, I'd always believed in manifestation. I healed myself from some chronic issues, and I also manifested true love, these sort of things. I had a list when I was younger, and all of it manifested. We can go into that on another video. But I lost my path, and then when I refound it again, I realized I need to tell people this. I need to teach this. The thing is, right, is what happens then is I want to now project who this is. What happens when you're about to go into change? You start to question it. You start to say, what if people think this? What if I do? What if this happens? Just don't. I know it sounds so simple, but don't. The way that you step into the new state of being is you begin. You just begin. So look, you've wanted to do a YouTube channel your whole life. You've wanted to set up that restaurant your whole life. Then start to just start. Just do it. But do it with easiness. Do it with an expectancy. So one of those things, right, is think about it like this, yeah? If you're successful in business, my thought is always this. If I want to grow this YouTube channel to reach hundreds of thousands of people, let's talk about it from the place of Neville Goddard, then I need to be someone who literally is shocked if I don't. It's just done. I am that person now. Now, that doesn't mean that I am arrogant in that way. I will still step forward in life. So I will take the action of someone who is that successful, but I will do it with a joyous expectancy because it's done. It's that thing of timing. So Neville Goddard says, and this is the truth here, he says, desire is from the divine. Now, I'm 100%. This, when you get that inner, this is what I need to do. You've got to quiet the body, you quiet the mind, and then that desire, that inner calling from the divine will rise up in you. As soon as that desire comes, assume the person that you would be if that desire was already fulfilled. So who is that person? For me, the person that is someone who is helpful, content, happy, lives what he preaches, does all these things. So I was like, well, that's who I am now. I'm going to live my ideals, and I'm going to be the example of that truth then. That's what you must be then. So what do you want? You want to be someone who has a lot of respect and love in their relationships? Well, then you wake up and you take on the aspects of that person who is loved and respected. How does a person who's loved and respected feel? Well, firstly, they expect to be treated that way. Do they not? But it's not a conscious thing all the time. It's just like everyone treats me that way. So I walk with a freedom in that idea. So I don't have to go intense on the idea. It's like, for example, for me, I when I was younger, I never felt comfortable in conversations with people in authority. Because I didn't feel like I felt insecure and like that. But what you do is you step into that space. So now if I'm in a place where I need to get a message across, or I'm having to actually tell someone I'm not happy with something they've done, I sit in that space and I'm not concerned of how I'm calm, collected, because that is a person who wants respect would be calm and collected, right? So what are the attributes of the person that you want to become? Take on those attributes. Yeah. So if you want to be someone who is successful, take on the attributes of someone who is successful. Do you see what I mean? So it's like, wake up, direct your mind towards the day, expect the best, expect people to respect you, expect love. So I suppose when you change who you are in a state of being, you become expectant of the fact. So now it's like, I'm expectant of wonderful, joyous clients. I'm expectant of them having wonderful, beautiful realizations and healings and manifestations from working with me. I always expect that I'm going to give the information that is needed. So we have to sit in that person. But there is a quietness to that. There is an ease to that. There's a flow to that idea that we do not need to force. So you sit, You relax, you find that peaceful, content energy, and you just know then that as I step into the physical world, I will be gently, effortlessly guided to the end. This is how we shift the identity. So what do you want? What do you want? Make a clear decision. Have an idea of how that person would act. If I told you tomorrow, you will manifest a job that is $10,000 a month. Yeah? How would someone who had $10,000 a month job that they love, what would they do? How would they act? Well, they'd walk differently. They'd go into shops differently. They'd look at luxurious items differently. They would have an effortless expression of wealth. They would take care of their loved ones. They would buy little gifts out of nowhere. Live in that space now. You don't have to put yourself in debt or anything. You just start to take some of those smaller actions, you know? So it's like, go and buy the little gift for your wife. But like, you don't have to be, you know, just live in that end. And it's a beautiful end to live in, because you will see the reflection. Be free with yourself. Live with that freedom. It's an effortless, peaceful, joyous experience, and it will bring you everything you ever desired. I hope you found the video helpful. I'll see you in the next one.